Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Bleak Faith Forsaken. So last time, I might have slightly overprepared and killed that boss that used to live over there on the second attempt. And also his name was not actually Nurgle, but Nurgay, apparently, with an I at the end. I did not read that correctly. I mean, I had a lot of trouble reading the boss name in the first place, so yeah. Well, I mean, the snake is right here. Okay, now, of course, yes, the plan is obviously to head towards that giant mechanical eye. However, there is some sort of secret hidden in that tower over there that I wanted to check out. And there is also potentially somewhere to take a ride to on the serpent. I think that is the less likely of those two things to produce any useful results, but also start moving again because I was too slow, obviously. I mean, actually, that being said, YOLO? That actually worked. Amazing. Okay. I mean, I guess I'm gonna try to run closer to the head, but does it really matter? I suppose not. Part of me kind of wants to test if the... Whoa, 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 whoa. No, not good. Really bad. Okay, let's not try to get to the head, I suppose. That would make it slightly easier to see where we're actually going, or where we're currently at. Maybe if I run toward the tail instead. Just somewhere where I can look around a bit more freely. Yeah, like this. Yeah, okay. Okay, it did not actually go so steep that it would throw me off. I was wondering about that, or, you know, it was honestly what I was expecting. I was all... Stop that. Where would I jump off to? Okay, I mean, this is just gonna kill me at this point. And now I might actually fall off because, yeah. Or not? Oh, interesting. They do not actually make you slide, even though this thing goes basically completely vertical at one point. Fascinating. I mean, I suppose I can continue riding it along. I mean, I didn't see anything up there that looked like a place I didn't see any items or anything, any detailed structures up on the top of the highest structure there that looked explorable, you know. Which is a bit of a shame, because it's easy enough to, you know, to go there, riding this serpent. But, yeah, alright. I mean, there might still be something, maybe I just didn't see it. I guess I'm going to be, you know, I'm gonna make extra sure. Okay, and occasionally you just get thrown off like this. Oh, the camera is disconnected from my body. That's wonderful. This is basically like the Dark Souls death cam, if you're familiar with that concept, where I was about to hit the death plane because I fell so far, but then I actually did land just before my character really did die. Or no, it actually has to do with the specific terrain. No, now it's fixed itself. No, it's not. It has not fixed itself. Weird. Wait, okay, we'll just stay here, it's fine. It's okay. Right, I mean, I'm just gonna try to the best of my ability to look around and determine if there is anything, any other destination to reach via serpent taxi, other than, you know, this set of towers, the other set of towers. Yeah. Other than the two sets of towers. Which are the obvious stopping points, of course, or, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't technically stop by the other point, but, you know. It just seems, you know, you can ride it across there, above there, and, you know, it seems like such an obvious thing to hide a really cool secret. I guess it's my chance to get to the tail. Or even try to ascend all the way to the head. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna make that, though, so that's actually not. I mean, honestly, even if there is something interesting there, and I really don't think there is, it really probably is just that, a missed opportunity. But even if there was something there, jumping off in any kind of controlled fashion in mid-air is gonna be challenging. That is to say, it's basically impossible. I mean, as we saw, even just walking along the snake, I could lose my footing and just get flung off. I'm really surprised I did not just actually fall off completely and died. The physics are really quite something in this, are they? Don't fly too close to the tower, please. Jesus, okay. Right, also, yeah, at one point I was gonna say, I mean, I wonder if the actual fins have, you know, the side fins have any collision, perhaps, so you could walk onto them, kind of like the Sand Snake Colossus and Shadow of the Colossus, where you climb those fins, those flippers, to even get to the back in the first place. But yeah, somehow, I mean, they clip right through me, so I would probably clip right through them as well. Okay, I mean, there the snake flies so close to that one platform, I suppose. I mean, if I want to drop off anywhere, it's gonna be there. It's just, I guess it's at the apex of the flight, so I'm gonna just drop off somewhere and get flung to the side. I dropped just a little bit too early. And is there anything here? No. Wow, that's a fall. Oof. Blade Master's essence returned. Oh, right. Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean, essence return? I literally spawned at the homunculus when I started the session, of course. But because I never manually approached the homunculus, I suppose, walked into the radius that, whichever radius it might be, that converts the essence, that stabilizes the essence, that never happened? That's weird. That's an interesting quirk, I suppose. But that finally gives me a chance to see how this works, and I think I just see the item lying there. So, okay. I think I said that at some point early in the playthrough where, you know, I wondered if this would ever be a problem, because, you know, if you get these essences from bosses, and every boss typically has a homunculus not too far away from it, right? Yep, there it is. It's never really going to be a problem. I mean, in theory, I suppose I get it, you know? But in practice, it's always going to be free, basically. I mean, maybe there's going to be another boss at some point, or bosses, where the next homunculus is actually somewhat challenging to reach, and, you know, carrying back. See, you only have to get this close, because, yeah, that's the same thing that happened with when I was coming here, approaching the top of this tower. Even still, you know, one story down and on the spiral staircase, I was close enough to get my my Mirage stabilized, or my Mirage returned. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but whatever. Let's do this now. Tinker Mastery, Debuff Mastery. Ooh, I mean, okay. So Dual Wield Mastery would give me extra crit. I would like that, but, you know, it's not, I don't think it's crucial. Natural Talent would give me an extra 10% strength, because that's what I would be going for. I guess right now we have 20%, so that would be 30%, which should be, I guess it should be 9? It should be, but who knows? There might be some weird rounding going on, and yeah, maybe it's gonna be 10, but I mean, it's another couple of points of strength that I otherwise would not be getting, which means another 30%, more than 30% base weapon damage, and also some more wiggle room for armor. Probably not enough to really allow me to equip anything else. Or, you know, swap in some heavy armor legs, for example. I mean, that's... I mean, we might be getting pretty close, though. If I could find some other way to lighten the load. So, maybe. But I think my first 2 upgrades, if I get 2 more, should go to my first 2 specializations. Debuff Mastery, I just like the idea of it, because, you know, I feel like I've committed to the whole debuff build, in a way. Mostly by just settling on the weapon I'm using. And that would increase my damage output by... yeah. I would be going to this. Would be going for the second one that gives me 2 extra stacks of the decay debuff. However, for Tinker Mastery... okay, yeah, for the longest time I said that I was probably going to go for this one, right? So double duration is the same for both, but this one makes the buffs persist through death. Now, in theory, I thought that sounded amazing. You know, if I just keep wiping to the same boss over and over, at least I'm not going to waste as many potions if I'm using them every time. But then again, if the total duration is only 3 minutes, and, you know, I die a minute in, I run back for at least 30 seconds, then I'm only gonna have a minute and a half left. I mean, it's still something, but... 20% chance to obtain an additional crafted item. If I'm gonna heavily rely on those for any remaining tough boss fights. Well, I mean, any remaining boss fights are probably gonna be tough. I guess I probably should be going for these. Right? Maybe not. No, I think I would go for this one. In fact, I think I will. Also, assuming I do use my, you know, my potions and flasks and whatnot, those are really powerful bonuses. Those are far more powerful bonuses, both offensively and defensively, than any other perks will give me. But of course, all the other perks are going to be active all the time, while all of these upgrades only matter when I'm actually having the potions active. But, in theory at least, during boss fights that should mostly be the case. And those are just by far the biggest buffs that I can have. It's just a matter of actually actively using them. But there. We do it. Okay, we can no longer upgrade. So that's what I thought. That you can only choose one of the upgrades. But yeah. I'm okay with that. Next one's probably going to be the debuff mastery, then natural terror, maybe, then maybe dual wield mastery, but I don't know, I feel like, I mean, we have reached max level. We know of only 2 new places to go, Ghost Town and the desert is almost certainly the final zone, or leading to the actual final zone, but it's gotta be getting pretty close. Unless I'm missing something major completely. Which is not impossible. I feel like there are probably not gonna be that many bosses left. You know. But, I mean, I would love to be wrong. But that's what I'm assuming for now. Anyway, we'll see. Those remaining areas might also have a lot of bosses. Maybe they're kind of... the boss fights are kind of... what's the opposite of front-loaded? Back-loaded? I don't know about that. That sounds kind of weird. Anyway. Only one way to find out. Maybe there's even a boss when I drop down that pit over there. Again, kind of doubt it, but you never know. Also, sorry about any weird noises you might be hearing. Don't push me off the tower, please. Okay, I think we're good. Last chance to hop on? No, I think we're good. There we go. Yeah, if you're hearing any background noises, once again I have... ooh, I'm almost running off. as I glance over to my open window, because the heat is still going strong. Hey there. Come on. At least he backed off into a wall. What an idiot. Could never happen to me. Right, we have 2 more guys over that way. And I didn't want to say anything, not to jinx myself, but so far the frame rate has been stable. I did restart my PC. Maybe that just did the trick. You know, it's a drastic measure, I'm aware. But sometimes it's necessary. Or at the very least, sometimes it seems to help. You can totally see the eyeball from here. I was just so blind. What the heck? Or maybe it only opened up after the boss was dead or something. I don't know. I mean, it probably was there all along. It's, you know, just like that elevator to Machinarium all the way back in block 6174. 47? Something like that. Okay, now... Echo Collector... Wait, what? Okay, what? Handler Echo. From that random enemy? No way. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Is that... Did I somehow... No, the item is still there. I mean, I don't know. I was wondering if maybe I somehow grabbed the item from below there, through the floor or something, but... I mean, not that that would have made a lot of sense, but... Where did that come from? Surely it's not just a random drop. Well, I mean, it's a good thing I... No! I hit that thing, whatever that was. Ouch. Ugh. Sounds so crunchy. Poor shins. Ugh. Most annoyingly, of course, I have to make my way back. And I did actually consider putting an echo up, you know, on the platform of that tower, just to give myself, you know, just in case something goes wrong, which it of course did. But then I was so distracted by the sudden echo. Did I actually return the echo? Wait, might as well just do that before I do anything else. I was just considering teleporting back, but I mean, we're right here. That is... What is up with that? That's so random. I mean, I appreciate it, I suppose, but could I have just gotten that as a lucky drop before even fighting the boss, making it even easier? Well, I mean, first things first, upgrade. One upgrade module. We have 34 of them, so yeah, obviously we're gonna do that. And all of our armor as well. I guess pay attention to the armor values, because why not? 13, 17, and 800. Ooh, and on this one, even the heavy armor rating... the heavy armor rating? What am I talking about? Even the Technomancy armor did get a boost, but does it actually for the heavy armor? Yes, a tiny one, but still. Okay. Nice. And I suppose the bow as well, I mean, yeah, why not? Right. Alright, well, then we put this thing in, 15% critical damage? I guess so. And then the final slot, I guess it's gonna get 5% sharp armor penetration? Yeah. But first, the critical damage. I guess I could go, well, 2% extra crit damage? No, critical chance. Surely not. Oh, I did confirm. There, 15% critical damage. Confirm. Wonderful. What do we do with these? I mean, because of the 30% base weapon damage, I am gonna continue using this helmet forever. That's just how it is. It's fine. What are other greater crystals? 25 max flux. So I don't think this one's greater, actually. Do we even have another greater one? A disenchanted one, but that one didn't have any bonuses that I wasn't really interested in, so, you know, not a big deal. More stamina regen. 5% crit damage. Extra attack speed? Have the helmet just be all offensive all the time? Although, honestly, I mean, my attack speed is fine the way it is. It really does not need to be higher, so... I mean, 2.5% critical damage is obviously pathetic. Although... Oh yeah, it's interesting. So normally you have plus critical damage, small amounts of plus critical damage, only for, you know, only when you put these things in armor. So the greater crystal that actually has that effect when put into a weapon is unique even in that way. Right, I guess I hadn't fully realized that the greater ones just have effects that aren't just quite a bit stronger, but are also unique to them. Right. Okay, anyway, what are we doing? More stamina recovery, maybe? I mean, I suppose it's not the worst thing to do. I could always just put an extra 7.5% base weapon damage in there. But that feels a little bit lame, I don't know. But also, I don't really have anything much better than that, so... Maybe just stamina recovery, and we're gonna be good on stamina recovery for the rest of the game. Maybe. Sure. Base weapon damage, sharp armor. You got attack speed. I guess this one matters the least, but... Sure. Just maximize sharp armor penetration on this. With these lesser crystals. Not that I ever really used a bow, but sure. Accept changes. Okay, what armor value is looking like? And do I want to really commit? We do have 5200 sharp armor, only 2000 technomancy, so in a way it feels like I should buff that. But on the other hand, it probably makes more sense if I'm really facing something that uses heavy technomancy damage, first and foremost, to just switch to a completely technomancy defense focused build, so basically just all light armor. That would give me a much bigger bonus than just stacking a couple of crystals in my current medium to high armor, medium to heavy armor set. So maybe just balance out by putting more blunt armor rating? I guess. So long as I'm only using lesser crystals, I can always just swap those out as well. It's not too big of a deal. Sure, make these shoulders just completely defensive, I guess. Blunt armor. Wait. Do they just look different? Technomancy. Oh, wait, is it just the... Yeah, it's just these. The ones that I have the most of. That makes sense. And I keep pressing the wrong button, because it's X to even enter this menu, then A to to confirm, and then Y to accept changes, because... Sure. Okay, for you... I guess I want a bit more offense, so there you go. Yes, accept that. You're gonna get a bit more defense. And... Did I actually end up... Yeah, okay, I put the stamina recovery in there. I guess I could have doubled down on it with these ranger pants, but... But also, you know... So, how much was that? 600, 200, 400 so far, 600 total with this. Would that balance it out? Actually, I didn't really pay that much attention to it. I'm just gonna say yes, maybe. Definitely maybe. Yeah, okay, well, that's actually perfectly, almost perfectly balanced. I guess I'm okay with that. And our damage would have gone up just from, yeah, from upgrading these, of course. Nice, almost 200 max damage there. Plus, our crit damage is now 100 plus 108%. Okay. Surprised it's such an odd number. Do we have any other increases? I don't know. Apparently so. But, yeah, either way, more than double damage, 50% of the time. I like it. I still need to run back, though, to the...
Well, hello there.
To the tower. I'm gonna have to... After I'm done recording this episode, I'm gonna have to look up what was up with that random handler echo. If that's just a random drop, or maybe after you defeat so and so many bosses, something changes and you get a chance for normal enemies to just drop that echo for you or something? I mean, it looked like I got it just as I looted the second one of those Ronin, those random, you know, trash enemies. Surely we can survive this fall, yeah. Surely. No problem. Oh. Forgot there's one of you guys, though. Wow. Nice 340-something crit from a light attack. I like that. Previously we were getting those maybe from heavy attacks. So I think I'm already feeling the effects of our upgrades. Oh yeah. Wow, that guy melted. Oh, nice. Crit, fully charged, heavy attack. Not bad. Okay, we're gonna do this. Yes. Maybe completely unnecessary because there's probably not that much that we can do here. Wait, is that what we want to drop to? No. This one is. We do take a bit of damage here, but nothing too bad. Right, and that, yeah, that random structure there does have collision, of course. And the same thing almost happened again, but we actually did land on our belly here. Nice belly flop. Okay. It looks like... well... I don't know if we can climb back up from that platform. Maybe we can. I guess I'll try. Because, yeah, that definitely seems to be the end of the line here. Would we be able to climb that, though? Questionable. Archangelos. Oh, okay. Reference to the studio who made this game. Archangel Studios. Well-deserved little self-insert, I suppose. Archangelos. Blunt and sluggish. Blunt, great weapon. Okay. And it has passive Greater Divine Judgment. Deals an extra 24% damage against all non-regular / Forsaken enemies. All non-regular, aka Forsaken, or non-regular, or non-Forsaken. Passive Smite, your melee attacks deal additional Technomancy damage. How much? Who knows? Huh. Fascinating. It's Mark 0, but has really high damage, of course. Wow, at Mark 4, that must hit like an absolute truck. Very nice. And considering you can get to this zone relatively early, right? Right? Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose. There aren't really, as I mused about a couple of episodes ago, I suppose, none of the bosses, maybe with the exception of the one we just fought, because he was literally in the way of getting to one of those objectives. But all the other bosses were seemingly completely optional, so yeah, it would have been no problem. Well, assuming you could just run past the enemies along the way. It would be no problem for a low-level character to just make a run for this weapon and just use this as their weapon of choice. I could absolutely see that being the case. I mean, I haven't tested it, but it sounds like it might be really powerful. And extra damage, extra 24 damage against all non-regular Forsaken enemies. I mean, maybe that means specifically Plagued. Or, I don't know. If there are more categories than regular, Forsaken, and Plagued. Or if those even are the categories necessarily. Who knows, but a passive extra... Oh, it's huge, of course it is. Passive extra smite damage, magical damage. And that sounds good. Okay, it does have a relatively slow combo for, you know... I mean, it's still not super slow, but it also is getting like more than 10% speed up from our attack speed bonus. But compared to other weapons, I mean, yeah, the combo does speed up a little bit, but it still stays relatively slow. And it's, of course, very heavy. But cool weapon. I like the idea of it. Yeah, I don't think we can platform back up, but also there is clearly no way we can drop down and survive that, right? Unless, I mean, we could drop down if that ring there has collision. I just don't trust that it does, to be quite honest with you. I guess I'll hedge by jumping up there. Okay, yeah, that didn't work. And we did not, in fact, land on anything. We once again broke our shins very loudly in thin air. Okay, yeah, I don't know if it maybe could have been possible to climb back up and jump out of that window that we saw. But, yeah, anyway. Guess we'll just climb up this tower one final time. Hopefully one final time. Maybe one final time. Oh, if I can manage not to just fall off while climbing, while running up the stairs, then I guess it should be relatively safe. Because I am going to set my checkpoint back to the homunculus at the top. Wow. These poor guys. Beautiful views all around. And I just looked at one of the actual YouTube videos of one of the earlier episodes and was reminded just how much the quality suffers. Really, the version that ends up on YouTube does not do the game justice at all. So much detail is lost. Many areas look so blurry. Like some fast-paced combats just are a single giant blur. It's a real shame, but there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. As far as I know, I'm recording at, you know, a reasonably high quality. And after I upload it to YouTube, it's just out of my hands, I think. I mean, I don't know, I've heard certain theories, I guess, or I know that some people try to maximize the quality by artificially upscaling their 1080p videos to 4K or higher, so that, you know, YouTube has a super high resolution video to work with, extremely high bitrate, and after they are done, after their algorithm is done crunching it down to, you know, whatever their target size is, it still retains some of that higher fidelity. But, I mean, I don't know if that's really true, if that's really how that works. I mean, it shouldn't be how that works. I think it's more of a thing, and that might be completely common knowledge and not something I need to speculate about. It's just nothing I ever really worried about or, you know, bothered looking up specifically. Nice floating rocks. But it might just be that whatever, you know, the bitrate you're allowed for your videos is just based on the size of your channel. Because I've definitely seen, you know, 1080p videos, and I mean, obviously there are higher than 1080p videos on YouTube, but I only have a 1080p monitor, so I wouldn't know the difference. But I watch a lot of videos in 1080p, and, you know, often they look, or usually they look super crisp. They don't have the same level of blurriness as my recordings. But yeah, okay, and this is actually the same as with that, well, the first objective that we reached. An interesting effect where we have some sort of glyphs, almost like image not found error icons or something used in the shader along the edges. I mean, again, I don't know how much of that is actually gonna come through in the final video. It's certainly a unique look, a unique, interesting aesthetic. I guess the shader, yeah, I mean, this is not exactly the same as the area that we got teleported to after we drowned, basically, at the bottom of the reservoir. But it's a similar idea, at least. Once again, no menu. We only have this Mortal Blade? No, it's not the Mortal Blade. This is not Sekiro. The Mobius Blade. Oh. That guy again, huh? Although he looks less black. Maybe that was just because we met him in the Black Abyss. Is he just gonna stare at me menacingly? I guess so. Okay. Also, is he actually still there? I don't see him. He was right next to the thing, the astrolabe looking thing that we're trying to reach. Speaking of which, can we use a scanner here? We can, and it does not do anything. Right. Oh, 125 meters? Down there? Oh, wait. Oh, are we just on top of the structure that the worm was flying over? I think this might be it, actually. Some part of it, yeah. I think over there, above my head, might be where I was trying to drop down to and failed. But over on this side, I mean, this thing wasn't there. I'm pretty sure. This might also just be a copy of the map and not the exact same map with a shader put on top. But who knows, actually. Maybe this is all taking place on the same general map and I was just teleported up here. Obviously in the previous, well, vision or whatever it was. Oh, also, wait, did I actually... I feel like I should not be here yet. I'm kind of tempted to run back. Wasn't I a lot further away from that thing? Or am I just going completely crazy? I feel like it should be maybe up there. But I don't know, man. I'm probably just going crazy. Okay. Final recalibration successful. Yay. Oh, wait. You can't see the thing up there, totally. I mean, now I can. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to look at my previous recording, or I guess even just a recording of this episode, the beginning of this episode here. And I'm probably gonna see that the thing was there all along and just did not see it. Well...
Look who came to visit.
Yeah, do you have anything to say now?
The recalibration was successful. The transgression field is down.
Transgression field is down. Okay, so that's what we were trying to do, apparently.
The anomaly is now exposed and ready to be stabilized.
Okay. Good. Can we actually see the thing from here? No. Well, the thing that I assumed was the anomaly that everyone was talking about. But I think it's perfectly covered up by this, you know, giant mass of buildings. Silence.
I'm afraid I will be breaching protocol by telling you, but since the recalibration, I have been unable to transmit or receive any transmissions from any other floor.
Okay. Since the recalibration, I mean, that was just now. Previously, you were receiving transmissions?
If I had to make a guess, I would say something from inside the anomaly is tampering with much more than just the causal field. I am afraid I am not equipped to run a robust field analysis, but I speculate we're dealing with an event far outside our scope. Nevertheless, I did run some more rudimentary data decrypting processes. The leaks from inside the anomaly are not arbitrary. They reveal the patterns of language. I have tried to compute at least the general scope and nature of its form, but the permutations are overwhelming all of my systems. Simply running the processes has had some kind of spillover effect into the computing instruments themselves. This language is of unfathomable complexity.
Oh, so it's like Japanese. Or German, depending on who you ask.
Take great caution. These are circumstances far outside the realms of understanding. Farewell.
Farewell. Okay. Thanks for talking. Well, okay.
Back so soon.
I don't know if any of that is really relevant to us, but it sure sounds fascinating. I definitely don't have any more or less of an idea of what to expect from the endgame. But I think we're done here, right? I mean, honestly, actually, wait. I just want to see what happens when I try to return to the giant eye. Is it just going to teleport me back to the same black and white space, or can I actually reach the thing? Do something with it? Or maybe it's just gone? We're about to find out. Because obviously that wasn't really an option. I mean, I suppose technically it might have been, but I did not feel any kind of desire to return to the first one. Oh, it's still there. It looks alright. Unfazed by my approach. And why would it care? I also haven't found or tried to find any smaller anomalies recently. Unsure if I can see. Oh. We have a new objective. All the way down. Yeah. Not too surprising, I suppose. I have a feeling like I know where roughly that is going to be. Oh, and we can actually approach without getting teleported. I guess that makes sense. Now, surely they put something interesting here, though, right? Okay, I cannot walk into you. You do get highlighted as an NPC would. Oh. I cannot actually approach you more than this. Wait. No, you're actively pushing me back now. That's interesting. In fact, wait. What the heck actually happened? Weird. Okay, it wasn't pushing me back, it's just that it just rotated and its hitbox or collision box is just different. I think that's what's going on. I'm holding forward now, so I'm just sliding slowly. I think it's just basically looking straight up at this point. It was just rolling its eye back into its skull, as it were. I think. Yeah, definitely doesn't feel like I'm supposed to be here. And like there's going to be anything useful to do here. Can I run along there? No, it's just completely blocking me. That is most unfortunate. Oh, wait. Attacking allowed me to move forward a little bit. Yeah, okay, it's... yeah, just casually rolling around. And I was rolling back up, or yeah, toward the back, and starting to push me. Okay, well, I guess that's what we can do here then. No, now it's... wow, now it's rotating quickly. Yeah, whatever entity that is, clearly does not... it does not care about a tiny, insignificant insect like me. And why would it? That's fair. Well, I guess with that, we are ready to move on to the only other area I haven't been to, except for the final one, the presumably final one. And that is, of course, Ghost Town. Which might be pretty major, because, yeah, it looks from the way this homunculus is named, like this area is going to have at least 2. So, definitely might be one of the bigger ones. Okay, we are closer to our objective. Maybe we're just going to find another way, another path connecting down to the desert from here. Okay. And this place is called Ghost Town, and I just heard, I don't know, crying or weeping or something from behind the wall. Okay, there's an anomaly coming up. Is there any kind of way that we might be able to go this way? Kind of stuck. I guess I wasn't supposed to go up these stairs, or expected to. I don't know. I'm gonna say it doesn't look like there's a real way across that. Is there? Oh yeah, okay. You're just crying, and you are actually an enemy. I feel bad already, but then again... wait. You're gonna attack me, right? Yeah. Okay, and you're... very weak. That's good. I mean, at least you don't have a lot of hit points. Let's never find out how hard you hit. Okay, we got our anomaly up here. Come on. Come on. Call of the Void. Weird sound just happened. Whoa, I casually walked up the railing. Call of the Void. The giant staircase looms before me. Its sheer expanse of vertiginous marvel that seems to stretch endlessly downward into the void. Each step is a monstrous slab of cold, unfeeling metal, worn smooth by countless unknown feet. As I descend, the sense of vertigo intensifies, and the emptiness below grows ever more profound. The abyss at the base of the staircase seems to call out with an irresistible allure, a dark, seductive whisper that tugs at the edges of my mind. The staircase feels alive with this haunting invitation, a siren song of emptiness that beckons irresistibly into the darkness below. Nice. And that ground down there might be a place that we actually reach and walk around on. I don't think I see any enemies moving, or do I? Actually, I might see enemies not moving. More of those spindly, dark humanoid figures, perhaps? Hard to say. Also, suddenly complete silence. Almost complete. Okay. Well. Down, down, down we go. Round and round we go. Just scan occasionally, just in case. Get some flickery textures, but no other anomalies. No ghosts so far either. I guess now that I said it, I must run into one any moment. Or not. Okay, almost at the bottom here. Hey there. Oh. You know what? I was gonna be cheeky and pull out the bow. See how that would work, but oh well. Shock arrows. What? What did I just see? I think it probably... Oh yeah, it was just the camera like jumping and a piece of geometry suddenly coming into view. I thought there was some sort of enemy coming, approaching me from behind or something. So empty around here. Okay. You know what? It's after having spent a lot of time, a major part of the game exploring very much inhuman-looking, impossible structures, being back in something that resembles a human city. Not a very pretty one, mind you, but, you know, still something on a human scale, more or less. And something resembling more the early parts of the game. Feels strangely calming. Oh, also, I didn't even really realize before that our objective marker is now permanently in view. It's not even a matter of scanning to reveal it. It's just there. Okay. Just in case there was any ambiguity or any doubt about where to go. Oh, was there something behind? No, I guess not. Please go down. Huh? Wait, what's there? Nothing. Just a strange light. Okay, I guess I just stepped onto the elevator before it was ready. I think that happened once with, like, the very first elevator I ever interacted with. There is the next homunculus already? Okay. And Handler, hello.
Look who came to visit.
Yeah. And look who's already here. Okay, Ghost Town, floor 1. Oh, so we went from floor 13 down to floor 1. Okay, I didn't count, but I'm gonna trust it here. Yeah, that looks like it... That picture looks like it could be just taken somewhere on Earth. I mean, honestly, somewhere in Berlin. I've been to places that look like that. A decrepit graveyard sprawls with uneven, weather-beaten tombstones. Sunken graves choked with tangled weeds, rusted tracks stretch out into the darkness, and the empty ticket counters and derelict waiting rooms are cloaked in fog. Ticket counters and waiting rooms? For what? Ghost town, decrepit graveyard. Okay. Anything new? No. Why would that be? Wait. Oh, there is something new here, though, right? That is new. Armor weight, weapon weight? We hadn't seen that before, had we? Oh, can we just... We can just straight up craft the regular sized version now. When did that unlock? Some of these I've never seen before. Max flux, 40 flux leeching. Yeah, I mean... We'll just replace the weaker one that we have with that, for sure. Anything else? I mean... wait. Am I dumb? Oh, yeah, I am. I am dumb. Okay. Obviously, I'll make a bunch of these. I guess I can upgrade... I mean, I could upgrade... Is this gonna be my final armor set, though? I suppose I wouldn't mind it too much. Maybe the gloves I could replace with something better looking. If this is what I settle on. I wasn't too happy with the look of my leg armor for the longest time, but this chest armor here, the Ranger chest guard, actually has this little skirt that covers up the not-so-pretty-looking legs, leaving only the boots. So yeah, I'm quite okay with the look. Let's see here, the gloves are heavy. What about these? Do I like that better? Honestly, yeah, because they obviously match the shoulders. So, why don't we go with that? Let's see here, we had these. Right, so we're just gonna put... Yeah, of course. I mean, I guess I wasn't... No. I don't know why I wasn't upgrading before, why I just kept these on. I guess there was no particular reason to. But I'm going to put the same upgrades in, so... Except the better version, I suppose, of those damage ones. So how many of those do I need? 2... And then, wait. We have... Right now we have 1 sharp, 1 blunt. I guess I'll keep that, because we do have nicely even and balanced armor values at the time. Right, I'm going to replace this one. In fact, I can do that already. 20 flux exchange for 40 flux leech. Yes, destroy that. And this is already a non-minor one, a regular one, I think. So, upgrade that. So we need 2... 3, 4, I suppose. 5, 6, 7. 7 of these. Well, that should be a pretty major buff. Craft max? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can make so many of these. And then stamina recovery is also already a normal crystal. But here we want 400 blunt, so we want 1 blunt. Wait, oh yeah, these aren't upgraded, so we'll upgrade and put in. Actually, what are we gonna put in? Maybe technomancy? Might as well, I suppose. 1 blunt, 1 technomancy, 2 blunt. 2 sharp. Right? Wait. No, I'm dumb. What? Oh god, let's go one at a time. So, one thing at a time. Let's just replace these. Yes. Yes. Accept that. Yes. Actually, I suppose I could organize them more neatly. Just put them both in the first slot, right? Because I'm going to replace these with 2 times sharp. That's going to confuse me for sure. And I didn't even accept it because I just managed to confuse myself again. Yes. Accept. There we go. So we need 2 sharp for this one. We need... Right, we're gonna put 2 times weapon damage, and then we want sharp and blunt. Yeah. Sharp we already have, so we need 1 blunt, 2 sharp, 1 blunt. Yes. I absolutely confused myself over here. Okay. Oof. Yes. Damage. Always more damage. Confirm. And finally... Finally... 1 more blunt, right? So 2 sharp, 2 blunt. Of course. Does that make sense? I mean... Yeah. Confirm. Manufacture. 1, 2, and 1, 2. I guess no technomancy because, yeah, I did say that I wanted to just, yeah, probably swap to a completely different set for technomancy if we ever need that. Right, there are also maybe some other interesting effects. Also, is this 4th amulet new here? Nimble amulet. Remove iframes, minus delay before stamina regen, plus 50 stamina recovery. Yeah, okay. The same effect that we have on our... No, that's not true. Wait. We have... Yeah, we have the minus 0.5 stamina regen delay with nothing else on our amulet. And we have plus 50 stamina and some agility on our cloak. Yeah, but this vulnerable dodge just does not seem worth it to me. Right, this is the attack speed that we already have. 2.5, this is technocasting speed, heat status. In weapon. I mean, I guess we're eventually gonna have 1 more weapon, and, well, 1 more crystal slot in all of our equipment, including the weapon, so... Are we just gonna put... I guess 5% more penetration? I suppose we could do that. Or we could put an additional 10% decay. Yeah. Just to maximize on that. To make sure that that's really maxed out most of the time. I mean, I suppose. Or we could go for another debuff. 10% to apply fire damage over time. I don't know. I guess I've been pretty underwhelmed with it in the past. Weapon weight. I suppose we could even increase the weapon weight just to add a bit more staggering power, but I don't know if that would really make a big difference. Maybe actually just something like an extra 10% critical damage. Might not be bad. Yeah. Compared to the 2% critical chance. Obviously, whether we have 50 or 52, that's not going to matter much. But an extra 10% critical damage? Honestly, maybe that's not the worst idea. But, did I craft all the armor things I wanted? Let's find out. So, blunt armor gets replaced by the better blunt armor. Yes. Accept. 2 sharp armor for this one. Yes. Yes. Confirm. Wait, I did forget about this one, didn't I? Or did I? Well, we want to replace this one with a better one. I don't know why this is so confusing to me. I feel like it shouldn't be, but... I don't know, man. Sharp armor... Blunt armor... It was 1 sharp, 1 blunt, right? In our previous class. Let me check. For the 5th time. Sharp, blunt, yes, okay. So... Go back here. So we want blunt. So we had an extra one of these, I guess, of the sharp ones. I think that's just what's going on here. Okay, one final check. We have the better base weapon damage, the best base weapon damage, stamina recovery is the best we have available. Just the best armor in all slots here. Again, 2 times the best weapon damage and best armor, and the same again, and then almost the same again, except, well, actually quite different. Stamina recovery, best base weapon, best attack speed, and best armor. Alright, okay, man, that only took forever, but was it worth it? Let's see here. We have 5,800 armor, blunt and sharp, very nice. 157 stamina recovery, also very solid, I think. 1.1 second recovery relay. Right, still 112%. Attack speed, I mean, nothing would have changed about that. And damage, that's the big one. I mean, it didn't go up by as much as maybe I would have hoped, considering we got... we replaced 7 of the crystals that gave us 7.5% each with, you know, ones that were twice as good. So 7 times 7.5%. Sounds like it should have a bigger effect, but, I mean, I'll take it. 187 to 218, we were at just under... We were at max damage 199, I think, last time I checked. So yeah, it's definitely an increase. We also have the better flux leech rating for what it's worth. Alright. All right. Sure. I mean, we'll just keep going.
Hello there.
I feel like I should have my weapons out, because surely things are not going to stay quite so peaceful. Or will they? Oh. How did I not even see that there was a path there? I don't know. Flux shield concoction, alright. Hello there. Oh, wow. You didn't like that very much, did you? Oh. Okay. And another one? Nice. Okay, that's just a... Hello. Awesome. Yeah, that's just a staircase down. So let's check out the other path, I suppose. Oh yeah, ability splinters. Those are the thing. I guess I have not really been using my armor ability ever. Oh, you know what? Wow, yeah, I completely forgot that I had that. Until just now. And I immediately wondered if maybe I could have used that to tank the boss's Nova attack, perhaps? I mean, or is it just for physical attacks? Which that probably wasn't. Also, how do you guys actually like... Oh. The stomp. Not very much, I guess. Not a fan. I saw an item there, and Immediately I hear weeping again. Not creepy at all. God. Oh god! Oh my god. Jesus. Well, that's the... Somehow that's the biggest jump scare yet. Sorry about that. What? Why did this thing suddenly come out of nowhere? The worst thing, honestly, is just this constant loud weeping, sobbing from somewhere around the corner. That's what makes the whole... this whole atmosphere so... I don't know. So unsettling. I was not ready for the giant spider to suddenly come dashing around the corner. Jesus. Oh god. Or that guy suddenly approaching from behind. Masked by the sounds of a loud car approaching on the street outside. Oof. There are more figures in the mist there, maybe? This feels a bit too misty, doesn't it? I guess it's intentional. Also, at some point I actually did increase the gamma a little bit to help with visibility in, I guess, the Abyss specifically. That wouldn't be here. Yes. Default value I think was 2.2, so I think maybe this is the time to reset that. I would say that it helps a little bit. I mean, I did see the image go ever so slightly darker, which in this case is a good thing, I think. Hopefully it should still be bright enough to see, well as you could before on YouTube. I don't know, maybe I should have actually left it where it was. Oh well. Well, here's definitely the graveyard that was advertised. Greater Technomancer's concoction. Okay. Once again, I'm being fooled by lights and windows that are not actually items. Huh, so this looks like a whole thing. There's an item up there. Okay, good. Not sure what I'm looking at over there. Thought there was something kind of shiny over that way, but maybe it's not actually anything. Well, yeah, obviously there was that staircase going down, which I just assumed that we were still heading further down, but maybe not. Oh? No, once again, I see some light shining here, unless we can climb this? No. I saw a light up there and it looked kind of reddish, so I thought, oh, a filter. But no, it was, again, just a random light or reflection in a window in one of these scenery buildings. Oh yeah, that doesn't look good. Let's not jump down there. Oh, that was an enemy. Okay, so it wasn't shiny, but I guess I saw something maybe moving ever so slightly that created that illusion. Ah, he heard me. That's fine. Oh. Vermilion staff. Blunt two-handed slow. Forceful repulsion. 90 flux. Slam your staff into the ground, pushing all lighter enemies away from you. Those that cannot be pushed away receive a daze. 165 technomancy damage. I don't know, that doesn't sound that great. I mean, I guess it's always fun to have a pushing ability to, you know, launch enemies off cliffs and whatnot, but that's not going to be possible everywhere, so I don't know. Quake, slam your staff into the ground, creating a violent quake. 330 technomancy damage, also 90 flux. Okay. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Like a rusty spear with a dried up vine. Or tentacle. Wound around it. Wound around. It really does look more like a spear than a staff. But, I mean, what is a spear if not a particularly pointy staff, so... Okay. Nice. Okay. Sure. Not for me, but... appreciate it. Oh, hey. Got a ladder. Could drop down there. Oh, well, there's a filter. Speaking of which... we could definitely make the jump across and head over in that direction. I wonder, in fact, is there any way that we could make it to the alley that had the stairs going down that I wanted to check out? Because I am very tempted to just turn around and head back to check that out before I commit to more of the actual graveyard exploration, which does seem to be... I mean, it was mentioned in the actual area description, I suppose. Arcane bow. Okay. Arrow packs recipe unlocked. Alright. Bow upgrade found, maybe? Well, I mean, it's called Arcane Bow, so probably more for a spellcaster or someone with an int build. Deals 20% extra damage against all non-plagued enemies. Okay. Vermilion Judgment. Interesting. Non-plagued. So, everything but ghosts? And bosses that have plagued in their name? Or... maybe that's not how that works. Ability Arrow Twister. Spawn a mirror image that shoots all nearby enemies. For 80 flux, 385 total sharp damage. Okay. I mean, I still like my spare shot ability from my very basic longbow. Didn't even pay attention to the damage of this thing. Not that it really matters too much. Huh. Well, I mean, we did upgrade our longbow to level 4, so it's very likely just the same base damage. Okay. We get all kinds of items. We of course have the filter over there. Enemies running around. Oh wait, yeah, we wanted to jump from here. Easily makeable. Oh, but I forgot that there was actually this area in between. I mean, that being said, weren't we on there before? Oh, yeah, we totally were. Let's just see what there is to find in this direction. If anything. Huh. Might not actually be anything. Yeah. Oh, well, that's definitely not something I was supposed to see. Okay. Actually, one of the very few instances where there's just straight up, you know, unfinished geometry, you know, textures that, I mean, we've seen the occasional flickering texture, but just, you know, there's just no terrain there and you can just see the flat texture from the side. That's been quite rare, honestly. But maybe I've also not been doing quite as much crazy out-of-bounds exploration as I could have. As I maybe otherwise would have if I had not been recording. Because that's definitely something I tend to do sometimes. If the game allows it. And this game very much does. Okay, I can't resist. I'm gonna grab this at least. Okay, Dark Knight. Yeah, because we needed that. Oh, that's just a ghost. Okay. It's just a ghost. Nothing special. There they are. Of course there would be ghosts in Ghost Town eventually. Just a matter of time. Can we climb back out of here? We probably can. Should we try the Dark Knight filter here? I mean, why not, I suppose. Maybe it would be more spectacular in a place that's otherwise not already pretty dark. Dark Knight. Oh. the Dark Knight. My character looks darker. Maybe everything is overall a bit darker, but I was expecting another nightmare mode kind of filter. This is pretty tame, actually. Hardly looks any different. Yeah, maybe I should check that one out again in an actually bright place. Yeah, okay, it definitely did make things darker, and yeah, just made my armor look more blackish, but not nearly as dark as you might expect from a name, you know, from the name alone. Have you seen me? You totally have. Okay. Well, I guess we're exploring at least a little bit more of this place. Oh, I'm completely out of mana. That's right. Forgot about that. But it's not like we need it against these guys. Wasn't there an item? Oh yeah, there totally was. Piercing arrows. Thanks, I suppose. I mean, I think I'll head back for now. And before the graveyard here is actually just a dead end, and not the way to go. Oh god, Jesus! I saw this enemy too from above. I didn't know that this was where we were. Oof! Yeah, this is where I saw the item before and the enemy. Thought we had already passed that, and we had not. Oh well, that's okay. Right, we also... I mean, I suppose at this point we have over 1,000 hit points, so I could switch from my weaker medium tier health potions to the stronger ones. Also, did I scan for anomalies here? Because it feels like there could be one near the entrance. Oh hi, that was a ghost there that I completely missed. Could have seen the first one right outside the graveyard. Right, there's an item up there. No, I did not see any anomalies yet. Surely there must be at least one deeper inside the graveyard. Okay, let's run back and find out what that downward leading tunnel is all about. Oh god, how? What? Where did you come from? Huh? How is it possible for there to be an enemy here? Strange. Unless... Okay, unless they were all coming from the area below. Stop! What? Oh, I was completely out of stamina. How's that happen every now and then? Most of the time I don't need to worry about my stamina at all. Then every now and then suddenly I find myself not able to attack and I'm very confused, and it turns out that my stamina completely ran out. Weird. We have more enemies. Nice. Got a gate that opens... Oh, it does open? Wait, no, there was an item. Upgrade module. Fluid, okay. No lever visible, no interaction with the gate itself, so... Nothing here? No way to open that? This is like some sort of subway... Or, god, okay, at least this one was not quite as terrifying as the first one. Kind of crazy that the damage of our Blade Storm attack is just so completely negligible. And it does pay for itself, pretty much, because it hits just so many times. and thus triggers our leech so much. And that looks like we could explore the other side of this, but well, I don't know. Guess we'll see. But yeah, I mean the damage is just completely minuscule compared to... Oh, hi there, Ghost. Thought I saw something. Wasn't quite sure what. And another one there. Okay, cool. Yeah, compared to just our normal attacks. At least, thankfully, the stomp attack is still, you know, very useful. What the heck? Oh, wait, this is an actual subway station. And this is a very creepy looking enemy. Nice. Stomp. Wow, okay, you're tanky. I like your glowy sword. I'm not gonna use it even if you drop it, but it's nice looking. There, have one of those. Oof. Oh, and then you died. Wait, what's happening? Stupid ghost that is happening. That's what. Oof. Anomalous crystal upgrade module. Concoction powerful immune system. Okay, cool. There's an anomaly there. Okay, good. Ghost. Wait. Can ride the train? Transport is already here. There's a freaking... Hi there. Ability splinter. There's a freaking subway train that we can ride somewhere. What? that connects to the second half of the game. The real Bleak Faith Forsaken begins here, or something. Oh, right. Anomaly. I knew there was something over here. There you are. Umbral City. Yes, very umbral. Oh boy. I stumbled through the mist-shrouded sector of the city, disoriented and weary, and an unsettling chill gripped me. The residential area ahead was cloaked in an eerie, ghastly haze. Every step felt heavier, as if the very air was laden with the weight of forgotten despair. I descended further into the sector, my path leading me to a graveyard that lay at the bottom, shrouded in the same pervasive mist. The gravestones, ancient and crumbling, stood like mournful sentinels in the ghostly fog. I could feel a strange, unsettling energy emanating from the ground, a spectral force that seemed to pulse through the halls around me. The sorrow and loss from the graveyard seeped into the very walls of this place, wrapping me in a shroud of grief. The haunting resonance of the graveyard's energy made every breath feel heavy, and the oppressive atmosphere left me with an unshakable sense of inescapable sorrow, as if the very essence of this forsaken place was reaching out to ensnare me. Wow. Maybe overdoing it a little bit there on the darkness, but you know, I get the idea. Okay, let's get on board. How does this work? Like an elevator, or do we push a button in here or something? Oh god. Commuter, unlock the subway achievement. Oh, this really is a major thing? Transition to the next level. If I do that, everything's gonna respawn. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. The enemies aren't mostly very trivial, of course. Sure. Resourceful. Unlock all crafting recipes in a single playthrough? How? When? Are we gonna unlock something the moment we exit the train here, or arrive at our destination, or what? It didn't show it as a pop-up, so who knows? Huh. All crafting. What's new? Something definitely was added, I think, but what was it? Oh, we did find the arrow pack earlier. Also, wait, what? Oh, that's weird. No, that's not transition. Oh, but I cannot move the cursor. In fact, I cannot leave the menu. Uh-oh. I broke the game. No. I really did break the game. I can't do anything. Wait, what? Oh, this is... Huh. Well, this reminds me of certain speedrunning tricks that I've seen where, you know, in some games, I don't know which specific ones it would be, you can somehow, you know, interact with something and open the menu at the same time or something to get the game into a glitched state where you can then move around and, you know, skip cutscenes because triggers no longer work, or things like that. Except this doesn't seem very useful. I was able to, yeah, bring up the UI by pressing some sort of button, but obviously I'm not actually controlling my character right now. I cannot navigate the menu, I cannot back out of it with the keyboard. That is most unfortunate. I cannot even open the menu, so I think I'm gonna have to just Alt F4 out of the game. I just don't see what else I can do. And before I'm gonna do that, I'm obviously gonna finish a recording, which I suppose works out pretty well. An hour and a half, decent stopping point. I was going to look around at least, you know, to figure out if maybe this was an area we've already been to somehow, and I just missed the other terminal for this subway train, or maybe it's an area that wasn't accessible before, but I'm not aware of any other, you know, of any closed gates or any areas in the previous levels that were not accessible. So maybe this is just a completely new place, or it did indeed connect to the desert. There's just a subway station in the desert somehow. Or it's somewhere else entirely. I don't know. I was looking forward to finding out, maybe finding a homunculus there and ending it there, but the game had a different idea. I guess I should not have opened my menu while I was still technically standing in the zone that would trigger the area transition. So I guess the train does probably work more or less like the elevators, where you just stay inside of it for a certain duration and it just activates. Yeah, anyway, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna keep trying for a little bit more, just try all the keyboard buttons to see if I can somehow close the menu, but I am going to end the episode here, and I don't know what that means in terms of saving my game, or maybe losing some progress. I don't think we should lose a lot, I guess. I mean, worst case scenario, I just replay what I did since I found the homunculus at the bottom of the stairs. You know, not a huge deal at all. We didn't really do much. So, yeah, anyway, I guess we'll end it on this slightly awkward note. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.